Hey there, bookworms and literature enthusiasts. Welcome to our channel, where we dive deep into the timeless treasures of the written word around our favorite topic, flatulence. I'm your host, Paperboy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Today, we will review a rather lengthy poem from the early 18th century Anglo-Irish satirist, Jonathan Swift. You may know him by his most notable work, Gulliver's Travel. The title for this review is The Benefits of Farting Explained. This poem is a classic love story. A boy impresses a girl, they fall in love, get married, then they learn some secrets about each other on their wedding night, which enhance and deepen their love. So grab a cup of tea, find a cozy spot, and let's dive into this rich tapestry of fart literature together. These first few stanzas introduce us to the subject of the poem. As expected, it is all about farts. The poem elegantly compares a woman to being a farting bird, passing pleasant-smelling gas from her tail. The poem then suggests that the loudness of a woman's farts directly reflects her enthusiasm in a relationship.
This is great.
Farting also gives her personal relief, too, if she is suffering from digestive discomfort such as stomach aches, diarrhea, bloating, or constipation.
Oh.
We then learn that a woman's farts can be very powerful. She can fart quietly or loudly. Swift then suggests that a woman's farts are as common as her breathing. The poem then attempts to humorously suggest that a woman should not try to talk and fart at the same time. We are then introduced to Chloe.
Hello.
She is the primary subject of the poem. Swift seems to be a bit enamored with her appearance.
Wow.
He describes her as being very beautiful with perfect hair. The poem then tells us that Chloe is a nice woman, and very clean too. It then suggests that she is modest, discreet in her actions, and not offensive to others either.
I don't know.
She is a very demure lady. The poem then continues with a deeper exploration of her hygiene and cleanliness, with a few exaggerated scenarios to highlight the absurdity of the subject's immaculate cleanliness. We learn that nobody has ever seen her go to the bathroom, sweat outdoors, or even smell bad. Next, Swift focuses on the woman's hands. He describes her hands as exceptionally beautiful and delicate. Chloe is then compared to Venus, the Roman goddess of love, suggesting that her presence could overshadow Venus herself in captivating the hearts of men. Knowing that this writing is about farts helps us to understand the next lines in the poem. Swift brings Strephon, a male suitor, into the picture. He emphasizes the exaggerated behaviors of men and what lengths they will go to impress. Swift then tells us that Strephon farts loudly in Chloe's presence. The poem then portrays a scene of courtship and marriage between Strephon and Chloe, focusing on the triumph of the protagonists to win over their romantic rivals. The poem adopts a light and celebratory tone, highlighting the victorious suitor's accomplishments and the eventual union of the couple. The next section of the poem goes into the wedding details. We are presented with a scene filled with mythological and symbolic imagery depicting a joyous occasion. The references to various gods and their associated attributes contribute to an atmosphere of celebration and beauty. Swift then gives us a visualization of the wedding event, emphasizing their union and the ceremonial aspects of the occasion. The couple walk down the aisle together. Chloe has on a veil. A priest presides over the ceremony. The poem then mentions the completion of the wedding, with the payment of the parson, the processional, recessional, and reception concluded. It hints at the couple starting a family and their wedding night. We then learn that Strephon struggles with a difficult problem or decision. The next scene is the wedding night. Strephon is nervous and he wants to impress Chloe. He focuses on making sure he is clean. The poem hints that he has also thoroughly cleaned his groin area.
Oh my god.
Swift then sets a sensual and passionate tone, using the word hot for love. Strephon is worried that he will sweat while making love to Chloe, and she would smell it and see it, breaking the amorous mood. This is in comparison to her pleasant scented skin. Strephon agonizes over his appearance and worthiness of having such a beautiful bride like Chloe. He does not feel worthy of her appearance. He is hopeful that she will be pleased with him and his performance. This section gives us more details about how Strephon feels about himself and his new wife. He refers to Chloe as a goddess.
My grace is eternal.
His anxiety grows over his worthiness for her. He does not want to embarrass himself by farting during the act of lovemaking. Strephon's thoughts then shift to how he thinks Chloe would react if he did fart while in the act with her. He believes she would get very upset with him. He envisions the idea of if looks could kill by lightning coming from her eyes. Chloe then enters the room, and his apprehensions stop. Strephon watches Chloe enter the bedroom. She maintains some distance from him. We get a visualization that she needs to go to the bathroom to relieve herself.
What are you talking about?
A common nightly ritual many do before sleeping. She does not get that relief. Swift then goes into detail about the importance of eating good food to avoid having nighttime gas. Beans are directly referenced and believed to be one bad food to avoid. He suggests that failure to follow good dietary recommendations will result in negative consequences. Some people can even become upset or angry. The poem suggests that a woman cannot help but talk, even in intimate moments with her bridegroom. It also mentions the use of carminative, gas-relieving, and diuretic, urine-increasing substances, suggesting that these can dampen passionate feelings and disrupt the delicate balance of love. Swift then talks about the importance of cleanliness and discretion for wives, particularly in relation to their bodily functions, and avoid giving any clues about their natural needs. After marriage, he advises wives to practice even greater decorum to deceive their spouses and maintain a certain level of illusion. The couple are now in bed. Strephon makes the first advancement towards Chloe. She vehemently rejects his advances and drives him back.
No, no, no.
She possesses a strong sense of purity and sexual restraint, which serves as a barrier to his advances. We learn that resistance to consent on the wedding night is a right that women possess. This reflects the historical context of the poem. We are also given a notion that there was more to her actions than just her resisting. Something unexpected was happening to her at that intimate moment. Swift then gives us the primary theme of the poem, unexpected bodily functions. We are told that Chloe has abdominal discomfort. She feels that a fart is building up in her at the moment. She needs to release it soon. She struggles to hold it in. She also needs to urinate badly too. Chloe's urge to urinate and fart is physically overwhelming. She cannot hold it in anymore and reaches for a small bedpan near her side of the bed and relieves herself. Her farts are loud. Strephon hears her.
Jesus Christ.
Strephon is shocked by what he hears and smells. He was not expecting Chloe to relieve herself at that moment. They're about to make love on their wedding night.
Right then. Perfect timing.
At that moment, Strephon also suddenly feels the urge and needs a release too.
What?
He reaches for the chamber pot on the other side of the bed, but before he can get there, A loud fart slips out from him near Chloe. The romantic mood between Strephon and Chloe is now broken. What was once implied to be an intimate session on their wedding day has now turned into an emergency toilet break for both of them. The poem goes on to describe the couple's newfound freedom from social constraints. They can witness and accept each other's natural bodily functions, suggesting a level of comfort and intimacy in their relationship. Swift introduces a provocative notion, stating that there is a certain camaraderie or connection found in unpleasant odors. It implies that Strephon and Chloe have developed a level of comfort and acceptance within their relationship that allows them to embrace these aspects without shame or judgment.
I love you.
The poem explores the interplay between physical attractiveness and social perception, suggesting that beauty is best maintained and appreciated when accompanied by a sense of modesty and the favorable opinion of others.
Good job. I am so proud of you.
This section of the poem goes into the idea that beauty is only skin deep. What you think you see or believe on the surface may not be what is true inside.
Something's lurking inside.
Strephon learned this on his wedding night with Chloe.
That's great.
He learned that she was a normal person and not a perfect and flawless goddess. The poem suggests that if Strephon had caught a glimpse of his future bride engaged in natural bodily functions such as using the toilet, he would have seen the raw and unglamorous aspects of her appearance. It implies that such a sight would have shattered any romanticized notions he held about her. We'll continue the same theme as the previous section. We often think it would have been preferable to have merely observed and imagined the subject rather than experiencing the harsh truth firsthand. However, relationships usually start out as fantasy and later become enduring as reality is revealed. The following lines introduce the concept of decency and how women are expected to present themselves in a respectable manner, particularly to their spouses. There seems to be an emphasis on concealing any flaws or imperfections, as if the responsibility lies primarily with the wife to maintain appearances. The poem delves into the subject of marriage and the notion that the initial period of happiness, often referred to as the honeymoon, can be fleeting. It suggests that the responsibility lies with the couple themselves if they fail to maintain the love and passion they initially found. In this section, we explore the lengths to which women go to appear intelligent and witty in the presence of men.
Well, aren't you smart?
Particularly those who are considered promiscuous or engaging in reckless behavior. Swift implies that some people find amusement or cleverness in pointing out and commenting on the flaws or quirks of others.
That's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life!
The poem questions the validity of the form of wit, suggesting that it may not be as intelligent or insightful as initially appears. This excerpt appears to criticize societal hypocrisy, shallow judgments based on appearances, and the unfair treatment of women. It questions the double standards that exist regarding the attractiveness of a wife versus her husband. It implies that men who are seen as less attractive may still be admired if their spouse is attractive, while the reverse might not hold true. Swift talks about marriage in this section. He suggests that individuals can be perceived as insignificant and disposable, much like discarded items, if the relationship does not have a good foundation. The poem questions the stability of any structure built on an insecure foundation, implying that such relationships are bound to collapse. This can be interpreted as a metaphorical warning against entering into unions based solely on superficial qualities or fleeting attractions.
Oh, no, you don't.
Swift advocates for forming relationships based on attributes such as sense, wit, decency, prudence, and good nature. These qualities are considered more enduring and capable of cementing relationships in a solid and meaningful way. The poem implies that true friendship and lasting connections will persist even in old age and will never extinguish except with the end of life itself. Well, that is it. We have completed this reading now. Thank you for sticking around with us until the end. To recap, this poem is written with some controversial ideas about women and farting. This is due to the time in history when it was written. It is over 300 years old. The poem suggests that women should not fart, even in front of their husbands in private settings. It also talks about women's right to refuse their husbands' advances on their wedding night. Overall, this poem is a love story. The couple learn personal things about each other. This helps to bring them closer together. Thanks for watching. Have a great day farting.